having you.
So sure.
The police are now here, so let's just see. My volume is
Guys, just you know, I'm wearing number 42.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's awesome.
Why they?
Property, they want you to leave.
Okay. Why do they? Okay. Why do they want us to leave?
That means you have access to it with permission.
Pull up the private property thing.
We'll say that's in first position. Okay, Dermont's going to show you.
I'm going to show you the law. You want to see the
We're gonna
trespass?
show you
You
the
want to
law.
see the
We got the
Trespass
law
Act
right
right here?
here.
You want to see?
You guys don't want to leave, you'll be escorted
Okay.
off the property.
Let me ask you something. Why are they asking us to leave?
Why are you guys asking?
Why are you asking us to leave?
Why?
Why?
That's the question. They promote segregation.
We can't hear you. Let him speak. Let the man speak. Why?
Procedure's not a law.
Okay. Let him hear him out. Hear him out. Hear him out.
You have to have your vaccination passport to be seated to eat on private property.
Okay.
Right? That's why.
Do you understand that you have absolutely no right? Do you want to quote this here?
Go ahead.
You
So
have.
under the law, you cannot policy.
It's right here. We have it all
right
here.
I've got all the laws right here.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've got one, the Immunization Act of 1997 that says that in Canada you cannot mandate vaccinations.
It's on the Canadian website.
Does that supersede the Trespass Property Act?
Yes, it
Yes,
does.
it does. Yes, of course it does.
It's a federal law.
Okay.
It 100% does.
It's a law. It's not an act.
It's a law that all laws must adhere to this, and you cannot mandate
Are you
vaccinations.
banning them access?
Based on what though? Ba-
Hold on.
Okay.
He's doing it. He's doing
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Are you banning them based on a rule that the law has for access? Yes. You have to have a code.
Oh, you answering for him? You're answering for him? You're answering for him?
So the Trespass Property Act dictates
Okay. Let me show.
that. Hold on.
We have. Okay. We have that here as well.
Dictates that him has the right to tell you to leave.
Okay.
And if you don't leave,
Okay. Can I show you the Trespass to Property Act?
from the property.
Can I show you the Trespass to Property Act? We have it right here. I will. Give me 1
The
second.
Trespass to Property Act, section number 2 states as long as you're in there taking part in the business that they advertise, you are not trespassing.
It does. I have it right here. If you'll give me a
100%
second.
It does. It's right here. We are not in here causing a nuisance. We came in, we bought food, we're sitting at a table eating our food. We're not causing a nuisance. We're not being belligerent. We're not stealing. We're not doing anything against the law besides sitting down eating the food that we purchased that they sold to us. So we are 100% within the law. Trespass Act, section number 2. We are not causing a nuisance.
Know where it
We're
is in
doing
here?
what everybody
Someone
else.
to show me which part of
I'm trying to find it. Do you know where it is? You put this together. Roughly
No,
where
it's
it
in
is?
here somewhere.
Yeah.
I think you may have passed
What we're
it.
trying to do right now is educate the officers as to what the laws are, because they're question whether their take on the laws
I think you passed it.
what the laws are. So, I mean,
Oh,
What's
my-
that one?
clarify that.
Okay, that's the reopening act, so it's after this.
Okay. Coming up here, guys.
8932.
Trespass
Right
to
here,
Property
Trespass
Act.
to Property
Now,
Act.
do you want to have a look at it?
So right here, section number 2. We are not trespassing because we are taking part in an activity that is allowed. They
We're acting under
advertise.
a right of authority, and the right of authority.
His authority.
No, 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 no,
No,
no.
no,
Hang
no.
on.
No.
His,
He doesn't have the authority.
He doesn't have the
to
authority.
He doesn't
does
have the.
not.
No,
Can
no,
you
no.
let me speak?
Listen. He doesn't have the authority to mandate vaccination.
Every person who is acting under a right. So I have a right not
They're
to show
referring
it.
to you, they're referring to him.
No,
No, they're
listen
referring
to
to
me.
us.
Every person, I'm a person who is not acting under a right or authority will be trespassing. I am acting under a right. He has no right to ask me for my vaccine history. It's against the
It's
law.
against
Just
the
protect.
law.
Read it.
Yeah. Without the express permission of the employer,
He has the express
the proof of
permission.
which rests on the defendant.
He has the express
Engage in an
permission to
activity
do
on the
that.
premises when the activity is prohibited.
Yes, the activity you're doing is perfect.
No,
Under
it's
what?
not.
It's not. The
Eating
activity
food
I'm
that
doing-
We bought here.
They
Eating
don't
food-
get to make rules.
They don't get to policy outside
Get
of
a
the law.
supervisor here.
On top of that,
Okay.
we've got the Ontario Health and Privacy Act that says he has no,
No right to ask us.
what our personal medical history is. That is a law. Under the Immunization Act of Canada, he has no right to ask us to be vaccinated in order to come here. Under the law, we have the right to come and purchase the food that they've advertised for us to purchase and eat
When
it
you
here.
follow their rules.
Okay.
And you
No.
cannot, and
They
you
can't
cannot
policy outside the law. They're
outside
policying outside the law.
Very, very
The
clear.
government knows right now that they can't force vaccinate us all, so they're tricking businesses into thinking that they can do it. They're telling you to have a vaccine policy, and they're tricking them into do it.
It's discrimination under the Human Rights Code. And they have no right to do it. Under the Privacy Act, they have no right to ask for our medical history.
Personal Health Information Protection Act.
I've got all the laws right here that they are breaking. In fact, you should be charging them for breaking the law. Harassment and uttering threats.
Well, I'm clear.
Under the criminal code, they have that.
United States in the history. How do you feel about segregation of Jews? Yeah. How do you feel about segregation? Officer Langford, how do you feel about segregation?
Brother, how do you feel about segregation?
No, I'm clear.
Well, you're here.
No, but you're here.
You're here just to
and
take
you're-
us away. Okay, that's fine.
No, but I'm asking your opinion. It's not a debate, it's a question. You can ask me. I'm clear about it.
Sides are thinking, it's my job. It's my job.
If they have a policy saying,
Listen to the reason.
if they have a policy saying no black people can come in here, are you going to enforce
There's a
that
list of laws
policy?
that they are breaking. They are breaking these laws.
But he said he's going to call.
You know that. You're a police officer. You know that. We're not breaking the law.
Mandate is not a law.
It's not a trespass. It is not a trespass when you're here. Exactly. When you are here taking part in the activity that they specifically advertise, that is not trespassing. We came in, we bought food, and we sat down.
How do you feel about harassing second-class citizens?
We have Officer Chan and Officer Langford here.
I just saw your history, Officer Langford. I wonder if they go to Queen's Park. And by the way, everyone who's been quiet here is in compliance with it.
I have no problem asking for identification for a human rights complaint and for criminal code charges to be pressed on every security person here that is breaking the law. Under the criminal code, this is uttering threats and this is harassment under the criminal code. And under the Ontario Health and Privacy Act, you have no right to ask me for my medical status at all. It's against the law.
It's discrimination.
And under the Immunization Act, you cannot demand that I be immunized for any goods or service or contract. It is against the law. You are breaking the law. The government did not mandate this because they don't want to be held liable. And that's why the government didn't do it.
That's why they're tricking businesses into doing it. And you guys
But
are liable.
the businesses become liable. Under the criminal code, under the human rights code, and under civil action, you guys become liable for breaking the law. And I've got the laws right here for you to read. I have no problem sharing the laws with you. Our job is to educate everybody so that everybody is not discriminated against nor segregated against. You have the right not to be discriminated against based on your health situation. It's the law. It's the law. And we're all being lawful here. We paid for our food. We didn't steal it. We paid for it. And now we're sitting down where we bought it to eat it. That is perfectly legal to do.
Right now it has to do with some kind of permit.
Thanks, Jim.
What about the next time? When it's a permit, do something that you really don't do. That you got to do.
We are doing our best to stand in our square and educate. A lot of people don't understand the law, and that's okay, but we need to educate people what the law is and what their rights are. So we will do this. Not sure what they're going to do. They're discussing it. Oh, are they waiting for? I thought this gentleman in the suit was the supervisor.
Freedom from discrimination. Every person has a right to equal treatment with respect to services, goods, and facilities without discrimination because of race,
We're doing our best to stand in our
ancestry,
square
place
and
of origin, color, ethnic origin, citizenship, creed, and disability.
doing our best.
Every person has accommodation. Everyone has the right to equal treatment with respect to the occupancy and accommodation without discrimination.
I think they're starting to question whether we're right or not because they haven't arrested us and they haven't dragged us out yet. So they're looking for clarification from their supervisor, but we have the law on our side. The law is on our side. And if this goes bad for us, we get their names, badge numbers, and the name of every security person, and we charge them under the criminal code. We make a human rights complaint, and we take civil action against them because that is our right under the law, and the law is on our side. All right, we're just about done eating, folks.
All right, I guess I'll put this away. I don't think I need it. Reach out for these packages.
Just hold it in your hand.
Yeah, I'll keep it in my hand just in case they get us on the way out.
This is how thick the package is, folks.
Yeah, she's pretty thick.
It's over 50 pages
Yeah.
thick on knowing your rights.
It's got everything in there.
Crazy thick. But it's important to know your rights.
All right.
Garbaggio, start note.
So I've done my best to make it easy for you to go to whatever site.
Bust a what? So we're all done. That's how you exert your rights. You have your freedoms. Stand in them. Yep. All the garbage gone?
What you're supposed to do is
We would be in good citizens, you know.
We'll even put the chair back. All right, we're done?
We're good.
That's how it's done, folks.
All right, there we go. Now we'll see. Now, what I've seen with the police before is that
Pretty much every province in Ontario. There's a couple of things that don't apply in certain provinces, but there's enough for every province to... There's enough information in there that will apply to every province to answer your question. But there's a couple of things that are only
might come and get us. Let's see.
for, I think, 7 provinces. Like the vaccines, for example, they can't mandate vaccines except for certain ones that have already been mandated, like mumps, rubella and stuff. That's in 3 provinces. I forget. I think it's Ontario, New Brunswick, maybe, but I can't remember. But for the most part, every province, it applies. Oh, right there, bud. Oh. All right.
I know how to open my own gate. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right, so we're going to sign off. That's how it's done. Know your rights. Reach out to us.